why government is printing so much money when they already know it's that dangerous for the economy. I mean, it increases inflation, ruins living standards, and generally makes the economy worse day by day. But then, why are they still committed to doing it again and again and again? Well, this is episode 4 of the Uncensored Show, and let's find out what went wrong. First of all, it's not the government who prints money. Governments usually don't have any influence on the money printing system as well. Then, who is really running this system and who prints money? Well, it's none other than the Central Bank of United States, the Federal Reserve, which is not federal at all, but anyways. When the US government needs money, they don't use the tax revenue. Instead, the US Treasury issues IOUs and they auction them, where primarily large investment banks, foreign governments, and the Federal Reserve buys these bonds. Now, this is where the magic trick happens. The Federal Reserve, which is not federal by any mean, creates money electronically by simply typing it on screen. And suddenly, new money is invented out of nothing. And then they use this newly generated money to buy these Treasury IOUs or bonds or whatever you call it. So basically, they created money out of nothing and loaned it out to the government. Now this newly printed money reaches the banking system, and the theory is that it will be lent to businesses and people, stimulating the economy. But there is nothing working the right way, so it happens here as well. This money never reaches the bottom. It's mostly loaned out to the Wall Street and banks and elites and corporations on nearly 0% interest rates. And from there, they get to use this newly generated money to buy real world assets and stocks, etc., inflating the prices. And by the time this newly generated money trickles down to the average person, prices have already gone up and the purchasing power has already dropped, which means this newly generated money just kept circulating on the top and actually never reached the bottom where it was supposed to go. Hence, it results in fueling the wealth gap and inequality in a society, making the rich get richer while everyone else pays the price. But here's the question: why they are still doing it when they already know it's very dangerous? Well, you see, this system is very addictive. Stopping it means the government could no longer fund itself and they could no longer pay the previous loans, as most of the money printed in the last iteration was used to fund wars, chaos, and financial markets. They simply never put it to its actual use, and they wouldn't, as the economy in itself is overly reliant on finance, and that's what they funded. And then on top of that, they will have to repay their previous loans plus interest back, and as they never used it to create more wealth, they will simply go ahead and print more money to repay the previous loans, and this cycle will simply keep on repeating until this pyramid basically becomes unsustainable and the whole economy would collapse. And knowing all of this, they are still doing it for decades, and now the time has come that this debt pyramid is not sustainable anymore.